Well, hello and welcome everybody to season number 3 for the Friday Night League. The boys are back and Formula One's back today to take on the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore, which is a very tight street circuit. It's a little bit wider than Monaco, but there's 23 excruciatingly technical corners they've got to get around tonight. Now, we're going to get through each and every driver for you as they get out on track. And hopefully you have a good time tonight. Now, like I said, they're at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. It will be maybe a two-stop strategy, which is the preferred strategy. I'd imagine it's 9 seconds faster than the one-stop. But obviously getting stuck behind traffic can neglect any advantage they gain doing that very quickly. So more important than ever is track position, which we've seen in the real Formula One races tonight. So, welcome Ryan James King. Welcome 9 o'clock for, that's daylight savings time. So 9 in New South Wales, Victoria, or it was 9:45 in the eastern states with daylight savings, or 8:45 in Queensland. So AEST is standard time, so that's my time in Queensland. If you see the AEDT, that's daylight time, meaning an hour ahead. So hopefully that clears up any confusion. Welcome Daily Motor. Sorry you can't watch us tonight, mate, but definitely come back and watch us on the replay. Now tonight as well, we've got Season 3 getting underway. You can see the boys are just waiting now for everything to get going. We've got a few new equipment changes tonight as well, so if you think things are a little bit quiet, especially on the microphone side of things, just give me a yell and I will fix that quick smart. Alrighty, now let's get to know some of the drivers tonight. Who have we got out on track first? Let's see if we can't do that. Have we got anyone out? We don't. We did see someone push the button. It's epic game every day. Looks like it's a new driver this season. Driving for Sauber. Now Zen Razo, one of the drivers, has done a fantastic job of putting up a overview of each and every one of your drivers. So we're going to watch Epic Game every day. We're driving for the Sauber team. Car number 24 and his PSN is Epic Game every day. He was poached from obscurity in the nomad land of online ranked lobbies. Epic arrives technically as a rookie in his debut season in F1 for Alpha. But don't let that fool you. He is no rookie. Showing incredible one-lap pace during pre-season. Testing, proved he can mix it with the big boys. When asked by a reporter about what he thought about the biggest differences was from racing 5 laps to now doing a 50% race, he simply replied, "All I know is it's going to be effing epic." So this guy is one to watch this season. He could be up in a quicker team by the end of it. So we're just watching him out now, coming through. He's got the Mercedes. I think that's Marcus Watson in front of him. So Marcus has jumped up to the Mercedes team this year. Let's get an overview of Marcus. He had a very interesting season with Force India last in Season 2. He's car number 69. Rookie of the season and the sensation and current runner-up of Season 2. He's earned his spot in the Mercedes AMD F1 team. He had 2 race wins and a controversial second place at Austria. You can always go back and have a gander at that on the Demo and Garage playlists. Marcus fell just short of the title in his debut full season. There will be a point to prove that last season was no fluke. with his more senior teammate firmly in his sights, Marcus will be looking to take things to another level for Season 3. Can Marcus take the fight to Zen while there is a potential Ferrari renaissance just behind him? We'll find out. Now, Zen Razo, the other Mercedes driver, he's actually just gone out. Let's see what Marcus can do around the tight circuit here at the Marina Bay. Singapore under twilight. Let's see what time he can put in first. The times we are expecting. Maybe a 146, possibly quicker. So I'll have to keep an eye on that one. The braking here is about medium. The fuel burn rate's low. The cars use about 1.8 kilograms of fuel per lap, which is below average. Even though the fuel burn rate is low, drivers will try go for a low fuel load, not only to increase their race pace, but also to avoid being too heavy in the first stint while on the hypers. Data shows for every 1 kilogram of fuel less is equivalent to approximately 0.15 seconds. If you're new to the F1 world or not, that's a lot. Now, it was a 136 for Epic Game every day. He's leading us, and Marcus is just getting around. The Ming Man's done a 136 himself. Ben is on 139. Zen Razo's just gone quickest there with a 135.6. Let's introduce this man. It's car 71. He's the two-time and current world champion of the Friday Night League. He will be out to display his dominance yet again after taking 3 race wins last season. But this time he has the rookie of the season from Season 2, which we've just gone over, Marcus Watson, as his teammate, who came so close to snatching the title from him last season. Establishing early dominance over his new teammate will be Zen's mandate from the get-go. But the surprise resurgence of Scuderia Ferrari and pre-season testing suggests that Marcus is not the only problem Zen has to contend with in Season 3. So things will get very interesting as we progress through the evening. Well, let's go over some of the Ferrari boys. Which we've got both Yayo and Hawks. So Yayo used to drive for Mercedes last season. Yayo is currently second with a 136.0. He's car number 47. So after departing Mercedes AMG for Scuderia Ferrari, Yayo will be putting Season 2 behind him after only 1 race win last season in Austria, after a controversial time penalty was given to Marcus. With last season in the books, Yayo, the self-proclaimed Ferrari #1, brings a certain charisma to the team that they have been lacking the past seasons. In conjunction with his new teammate Hawks, they have reinvigorated Ferrari, and it showed in pre-season testing. Ferrari, and more importantly, Yayo himself, could be Mercedes AMG's biggest nightmare to date, so it's one to watch. The real questions the fans will want to know, is Yayo really the #1, and is there really such a thing as the Maranello curse that has seemingly haunted Ferrari for the past 2 seasons? We're going to find out, aren't we? Now, at the moment, Zen's on top, so our current champion leading the way. It's Yayo Matteo, then Epic Game every day. The Obscura driver poached. He's currently at podium right now. New for this season as well, guys, is full damage. So we're going to probably have a huge chance tonight with maybe some DNFs if there aren't some careful driving going on. There was partial damage on last season, so safety cars probably expected here, I would say. don't forget, you can always catch Friday Night League on Demo and Garage. We've got it on YouTube, Facebook, and we do have an Instagram. And tonight, for the first night, it's being simulcast on the Friday Night League eSports page as well. So welcome to everyone watching there. Unfortunately, if you are chatting to me and typing away, I can't actually see it from that page. We will get that fixed for future races, but for tonight, if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to do it from the Demo and Garage page. But all in all, go and support Friday Night League and watch it from there as well. So we're just watching DMU trundling back into the pit lane. Looks like everything's getting a little bit quiet. GT race fan, let's introduce this boy. He's done 140 at the moment. Ryan James, this is qualifying, not practice. Practice happens Tuesdays. Jono, yeah, I've got a new microphone, so there are a few things I have we will have to work out as we go along. So I've turned the mic up. Let me know if that's a little bit better. MUFC's watching, Trampoline Park, you go girl. Jeffrey Jensen. Everyone's just going on about trampoline parks on YouTube. At the moment we are watching breeding. So GT and breeding. Let's get over these boys. Breeding. His car number, we're not sure. Let's have a look. Can we see his car number? Can't see it. Anyway, let's get on with it. Not much is known about breeding these days. He's a confident racer back in the day. Sure, in the early days, the project cars won, but it's been a long time between pit stops for him. There is no doubt I probably have a few cobwebs in the closet, as he put it, to reporters during the preseason test. But I'm not here to race closets, am I? He replied. The real question now is, has Toro Rosso given him a car that doesn't double up as a closet? Interesting. I think that's the number 6 there for breeding. GT Race Fan is also the next one. GT's in the pits. Let's go back to his teammate and see what he can do. As Marcus puts in a 1:35, he's doing the quickest lap on the Hypers. GT, the race fan, is number 15. He's another veteran sports car driver who had a limited adventure in F1 during Season 1 and has returned for a full-time drive with Toro Rosso here in Season 3. GT is taking this season cautiously as he develops a different style racecraft, which he believes is totally required to achieving the results in Formula 1. With that minor foray in Season 1 giving GT the number 1 driver role at Toro Rosso, he will know that the team will be looking to him primarily for results. GT is confident he can give all his race fans something to cheer about this time around. Oh, and as I was looking at my script, Breeden is out of this qualifying session. Now you would have seen what happened, but he is out of this session. So that's Breeden done and dusted. Now the doctor driving for Haas. Don't forget, the doctor and I will be starting a new podcast this year. So don't forget to wait for it, March 14th. And we'll release the name of that one very soon. So at the moment, Zen Razo, both the AMGs are on top. And then it's Yayo in the Ferrari. And then Epic Game doing a fantastic job putting that Alpha up in the 4th. And then it's Hawks in 5th. So top 5. It's a little bit of a mix-up there with Epic. And even the Ming there for Renault doing a pretty decent job himself. So this is the Haas F1 team. This is who Doctor drives for now. He's number 4. After a disappointing season, the Doctor has reset himself in the Haas for Season 3. Strong long-run performance in pre-season testing shows that Oars' performance last year seems to be a one-off. Oars will look to this as inspiration and has his eyes firmly set on the podium this season. Never one to make waves, he often goes about his business in quiet obscurity. This very well could be a season to remember for the Turk. Will he be the next BHP, i.e. the quiet achiever? Or will his inner Ottoman be too hard to control? Discount him at your peril seems to be the word up and down the pit lane. So this Turkish driver could be a wild card here this season. Where is he at the moment? He's actually gone the quickest, which is insane. Just as we watched him, Dr. Oars has done a 135.1, beating the current champion. Insane stuff. Haas have actually done some great upgrades, and it looks like Doctor's getting the most out of it. Now there's only 3 minutes left in this session. Marcus is getting back out on track. Looks like there's been a bit of a front to rear bump, and it will be as Marcus was given a 5-place grid penalty for that collision. And we could see the damage on the aftermath of that. So Marcus will not be starting 3rd. Now Hawks is coming out. Hawks is car number 12. He's obviously another Ferrari driver tonight, joining Ferrari on a high from Season 2 with a win at Spa and a solid 2nd place in the final race at Monza. Hawks will be looking to hit the ground running in Season 3. Teaming up with good friend Yayo for the first time brings with it both familiarity and stability within the team. I really need to work on my sounding out of words. With Yago announcing his seniority within the team, Hawks has chosen to do his talking on the tarmac by clocking up the highest mileage during pre-season testing by posting very competitive lap times. Touted as the next Eddie Irvine for his off-track antics and wild social life, Hawks will be under no illusion of his task at hand at Ferrari, and it won't include fraternising with the catering staff. But can he maintain the highest level of concentration while indulging in his extravagant social life? It remains to be seen here tonight. We're just going to stay along with Hawks as we see if he can improve, and we're going to try and get through some of the other boys here tonight. Ferrarins, aka the Kiwi, driving for Aston Martin. Now Ferrarins with a solid Season 2, Ferrari NZ steps up to Red Bull with new ambitions for Season 3. Staying focused throughout pre-season testing, Ferrarins has readjusted his goals with potential podiums for himself and his team. Teaming up with former Red Bull driver Mike, they will be looking to be a major thorn in the backside of the top 2. Ferrari NZ has conceded that Singapore will not be Red Bull's best race, but assures fans they are totally committed for results as the season develops. Horner will be wanting a repeat of last year when the team took out 2nd place in the Constructors, but with Ferrari showing great pace, can Ferrari NZ deliver and beat his namesake team? Now, we've only got 25 seconds left. We're going to try and get through the rest of the guys later on tonight. I would like to have a massive shout out to Zen Razo for introducing us, but we will get through those we haven't done. But we do have a race that is about to start, and it looks like Dr. Aussie is on the top spot, doing a fantastic effort for his first time with Haas tonight. Now the checker flag's flying. Hawks, what can he do here? Can he improve? Coming through the tunnel. Get the car rotating now. At the back end of the circuit. There we go. Hawks is pushing it. Oh, he's took a lot of corner out of that, hasn't he? The stewards will be on that. Oh, he's actually aborted the lap. So Hawks' day will be over. We also lost Ferrarians during that. Now Zen Razo, is he on another flyer? It looked like he was. Let's see if he can't beat Doc Dorsey to it. There's the start finish, and he's done it right at the death, a 134.7. That'll get him on the top spot. Hypersoft tyres, Zen Razo, then it's the Doctor, and Marcus Watson, 1, 2, 3. The Mingman Yayo, Epic Games, making his debut here tonight. Hawks, Damn You, China, the Cougar, Bender, GT, and Breedin and Ferrari round out the field. Now there's a medium chance of rain. They would have had the forecast for tomorrow's Grand Prix, but we haven't got that information with us. But the wet tyre will most likely not do the whole race though if it does rain. If it stays wet race pace is around 158. A solid 18 seconds slower than the dry race. The cut-off time to switch to inters will be around 155, so we start seeing cars do that. And as the track dries, we expect the race pace to be up around the high 148s. Cut-off time to switch to slicks would be around 146. So the guys are doing a 136, 134. And you can see Marcus, well, we said he did get third in qualifying, but he got penalised 5 spots. So that's going to move everyone else up. Hawks is down in 7th, which is surprising. Now the chance of safety car is very high. Like I said, new damage rule. Teams are expecting at least one safety car or virtual during the race. This could prove pivotal, my bad, if the timing is right for a pit stop, or catastrophic if it's not. Now here we go. Sean Teal giving everyone a bit of good luck here. We're not going to have a lot of time. They're going to get straight into it once this loads. And it looks like it's a clear and, well, not sunny, but it's a clear night here at Singapore. So no rain today. But do expect that to happen throughout the season. And again, full damage rule. Safety car. We might even see one in lap 1, who knows. So welcome everybody. This is season number 3. Season number 3 for the Friday Night League. I'm your commentator Josh from Demo 1. Welcome along everyone to the main race here tonight. We've had Zen Razo. Here we go. Zen's on top. 5 lights on. Lights out. And we're underway for the Singapore Grand Prix. Lots of smoke as everyone gets up from a standing start. Zen will take the pack into turn 1. And everything's looking nice and mighty and clean, which is very unusual for a start in Singapore. But everyone's now single file as we get through the latter half of the track. The Damn You Nasty looks like he's made an overtake coming up through some of the first few corners, but Zen Razo's in a commanding lead as we get through it. Hawks and Damn You, they're fighting side by side. Touching now, careful not to run too wide into the barricades. Full damage is on, mind you. Oh, Force India almost up the back end. That was China there. I don't know if he's copped a little bit of damage. Marcus, you can see, he's all the way down in 8th position with his penalised start. But relatively clean start there. Looks like the only incident we had was from China. Car's now getting across the bridge. And we're following with China now. He's down in the 9th spot. see the position changes since the start of the race. You can see Yayo's up, the Mingman's down, Damu's up, Hawks is down. But it's been Ferrarin's started at the back of the pack, and he's up 3 spots, finding himself up into 11th. And likes of Bender and Breeden, they've dropped a few from that standing start now. First lap's almost done. Oh, that was a collision there for GT. That's gonna, you can see his wing. He's lost a little bit of an end plate there. That's going to severely affect downforce. He's going to have to pit early, and he will. That's unfortunate. Just sloppy driving on the first lap. GT, we're expecting a little bit more from him, but in he goes. That's going to really cost him his race now. Now, it looks like both the Red Bull boys are in. They are. So was Breeden involved. Now, it looks like they're going to double stack. So there was a little bit of a miscommunication here. He's going to lose a lot of time. It's a new nose for GT, and that's unfortunate. But it's Zen Raza out on the top. Look at the lead he's already gained from the rest of the field. Doctor's down in second. He's almost 2 seconds away. That's a milestone already on lap number 2. Huge amount of time Zen's been able to gain here early on. Now we can see the tyres, what they started on. Hypers for Zen, Hypers for Dr. Aussie, and Yayo on the Ultra Soft. Now, what does that mean for the race? Let's go over the tyre strategies here. Now, as this goes on, Yayo might get a better run. Aussie's under a lot of pressure now to keep in front, but the tight configuration of this street circuit has meant Aussie's kept the position. Now, the predicted tyre strategies tonight, for those on the Hyper Soft. 2-stopper. We'll go Hyper, Ultra Soft, Ultra Soft. We expect to see them lap in at around lap 4 to 7 and then 15 to 20. Zen Razo's putting in quick laps still, 139. Aussie at the moment. He's got Yayo for company, 3/10 behind him. He's just going to focus on the road in front. And it's awesome to see a Haas up the front of the field. Now you can see the front runners now are starting to pull away. Looks like there's a bit of battle going on for 5th and 6th here, but I think Aussie's just been overtaken. He has. And he's succumbed to the pressure of Yayo. Yayo's done it for Ferrari now. He's got a big, big task ahead of him to catch the field up in front. Zen has almost disappeared. Now, 2-stop again for anyone on Ultra Soft. Ultra Soft to Hypers at the end. We'll see them first in around laps 10 to 14 and ending on 24 to 27. The 1-stop, if they're on the Ultra Softs, which there are a couple, see them in on lap 10 and go to the soft to the end. Or a 1-stop for the Hypers, come in lap 6 to 7. So there's a plethora of different strategies the boys can choose from. What they decide to do and whether or not we see a virtual safety car might affect their initial choice. Could also wreck whatever choice they've decided to make. Now, this is epic game, and he's doing a fantastic job on his debut. He's up into 5th. And he's right behind the Ming, who had a fairly decent season in Season 2 himself. And it's surprising to see Hawks down the back here. He's got Marcus for company. These two are definitely no strangers. And we've seen them come together once or twice. And Damien Nasty in the McLaren doing a great job for the Papaya Orange team. Now, it doesn't look like we've seen too many incidents early on, which is a good thing. Oh, Rocky's here, man. Welcome. Welcome, Rocky, man. I can't believe you're up either. Very, very, very late for you. Or early in the morning. Thanks for coming along, my friend. But lap number 4 of 31, half race distance. Hawks at the moment, he's in control. Now there's been a few changes up ahead. Oh, Aussie's out. There's Aussie's car. You can see him stranded. The yellow flag ahead. We're just on board with Ferrari. He's going to become. There he is. So Aussie is out of this race, and there's a possibility he'll be joining us soon in the commentary position, so we'll wait and see what happens. But that's Aussie's in such a great position. I don't know if he was helped on, but he wasn't that. He was third, so he wasn't that close to anyone behind. That's a sigh of relief now for these two boys, GT and Breed, and they can sort of clamber a few positions back. But it's Zen Razo, flawless at the moment. Absolutely flawless. And there's Yayo. He's got a 3-second gap on him, but he's also got a 3-second gap on Ming. He's been promoted after we've seen the doctor enter the wall. Now we're going to start seeing some of the guys come in this lap, such as Zen and the Ming as well. Epic game. Sector 3, there's another yellow flag. Don't think we've lost the car though, but we've lost our first guy. It's unfortunate. Now let's get over Mike. Mike's not actually here tonight, is he? So we'll leave him for later. We are watching the Ming Man. Let's introduce the Ming Man while we're getting the race underway. Holding his seat at Renault for a second season, Ming goes into season 3 as the team's senior driver. After sacking his 2-year-old son as his race engineer due to a few bad race calls and a conflict in seating arrangements, Ming has returned with race-proven engineer Jeff from season 1. Everyone knows who Jeff is. There will be a lot riding on Ming's shoulders this season. And it won't be his ex-race engineer either this time around. Teaming up with the super fast rookie, Mido has potential for something special this season from Renault, and Ming knows it. But will his ex-race engineer come back mid-race to haunt him? And if so, can Ming stay focused while his wife changes the nappies? So he's got a kid to look after and a Renault to navigate through Marina Bay. That's a difficult task. Epic game every day at the moment. Well, Zen's actually been lost position. So Zen's come in and he's up first one to pit. The rest of the guys looks like they're going around again. Ming's in. But Zen is now on the ultra soft. So he's going for the 2-stop strategy here. And Yayo and Epic and Damn You have continued on. Now 8 seconds Epic has between him and Yayo, and you can see a bit of a back marker there. So Zen will filter out into the field. He'll be 5th. And both the Cougar and Ferrarians will be behind him, but he should have the better pace. There you can see China 91. Bender's been speeding in the pit lane. It's not been Bender's day. And that's a 5-second penalty for him. Now the Cougar, he's down in 6th at the moment. He's tailing Zen. He's retained his seat at Haas for season 3. Cougar will look to build on some consistent results from last. Ex-teammate and new Red Bull driver Ferrarians was quoted as saying, "That Cougar was a solid teammate, very much like Bottas was to Hamilton, to say the least." Cougar was not impressed by his ex-teammate's comments during the off-season and has participated in several sports car series to keep his race craft sharp. This included a podium at Silverstone in an LMP2 race where he relegated current F1 champ Zen to 4th. His exuberance came to a nasty conclusion with a serious crash during pre-season testing, which has left him with a serious knee injury. It is still unknown if he will get medical clearance for the first race of season at Singapore, but Cougar is adamant he will race with his hands if he must. The question now is simple. Will Haas be able to deliver a car without pedals in time for race 1? Well, looks like they've done it as Cougar's up into 6th. And Zan's actually getting through the field. That's because we've got a few more entering the pits. So Yago, his Ultra's now are 6 laps old. And we won't really expect him in until at the least lap 10. So he's still got a little bit of time to go on these tyres. There's been some extremely clean racing between everyone. And Zen, that 26-second interval, I don't think it's going to worry him too much right now. going through the field. You can see everyone's being separated now after the first pit stops. Marcus Watson, who was second last season, is actually running 9th currently, so it's very interesting. Now let's see. Now, Doctor, are you there?
Fucking motherfucker.
Say again. The race continues. Epic has been able to keep Marcus at bay at the moment. And it looks like there's some drama up ahead. Ferraris is going very slow. Zen Raza's just put another quick lap, so green flag's back out, back up to race pace. But Ferrarin's in the Red Bull there. Looks like he's been in a bit of an incident. He's not going full pace, is he? And he's entering the pits. Now, has he made a stop before this? No, it's his first stop, so he's mitigated it the best he could, considering. And there's their overall position changes. Now, why is he waiting there? What's going on with Ferraris? I think that was a little bit of a gang glitch. We didn't really see the pit crew, did we? Thought he was stuck. The GT Race fan, he's climbing his way back through. He's up in the 10th right now. He's up 2 spots overall. So, he's climbing his way back. So, he's happy with that. Damn you nasty. He's down in 9th right now. He's down 2. Marcus hasn't lost any, but he's still behind Epic Game at the moment. Now, let's talk about tyres a little bit. Oh, who's that? Is that another? That looked like a Red Bull. Or was it? I don't know who that was. That looked... I just caught that corner of my eye. We had somebody go off there. No one's out, though. Now, look at this. The battle between the Cougar and Hawks is heating up. Here we go. I think the Cougars has let him go. And Hawks will now take 4th position from it. An Epic Game every day is not too far behind. So, the only Haas driver left, who is the Cougar. What is happening here? He's 8 laps in on his Ultras. He let Hawks around him, so he didn't really make that difficult. Will he make that difficult for Epic? Looks like he's doing that. You can see the Mercedes of Marcus now, just in the background. So everyone's starting to catch up to each other once again as the first stint of pit stops. Everyone's been rotated through. Jaego's our leader, Zen's second. So Jaego's yet to pit. But it's this battle in the midfield that we're watching. This is Marcus at the back end of it all. You can see Epic lining up an overtake now. He's up the gearbox. He's in that dirty air, which the Cougar is creating as he passes through. And it's really going to affect the aerodynamic performance of the vehicles here. Getting the cars rotated. Doesn't look like there's any understeer at the moment. He's right on the back end of him. Oh, that was close. Cougar got that back end a little bit slidey. But look at this. It's like a train carriage now, one by one through the corners. It's the Cougar from Epic from Marcus. Now, here we go. Epic's put it out wide. And he's done it under the brakes. Marcus stays behind. The Cougar's under a lot of intense pressure right now. He's the only Haas out there. That was a lot of understeer. And Marcus has seized the opportunity. I think the Cougar will be ready to go in. Thermal Deg will be playing a huge part in his performance here. He's gained DRS, so's Marcus. Here we go. Marcus is not close enough to Epic. Epic will make that Alpha wide as he can. He's just kept 2 wheels on the road there, but you can see now how far the Cougar has dropped back. So he's really pushed those tyres to the limit. And I think he's cooked it a little bit too soon. We'll see whether or not he does enter the pits here. But this is now the battle for 5th and 6th. Epic is doing a fantastic job here. You can see Marcus lining up around the outside. Epic keeps it up on the in. Doesn't want him to get the apex. Wants to make it difficult. That's Hawks going through. And this is where we saw Perez have that weird shunt. It looked almost deliberate in 2018 in the F1 season. But at the moment, these two are just matched like each other perfectly. It's going to be who does the first mistake. Now, interesting, Epic's on the Ultras, sorry, the Hypers, while Marcus, he's done it. He got the slip, put the slingshot down, and that was a clean overtake for Marcus there, up to the top 5. Epic will do his best to mitigate it. You can see he's doing everything he can to stay right on the tail of that silver arrow. DRS now, will it be enough? You can see the braking zones coming up. There we go. He's put it on. But it wasn't enough. Slow in. Wasn't quick enough out, was he? This is some fantastic racing. Now back down the field. We have both Ferrarins here and GT. These guys are now battling for the final top 10 position. Riding on board with Ferrarins. Oh, he's put a move on. He's done it. He tricked the Cougar. Sorry, he tricked GT into going the wrong side around. Did the double fake. And it was a textbook maneuver there. And that's 9th spot for Ferrari's. Fantastic tactics and mind games out there on the street circuits of Singapore. And look at that. He's just pulling away really far. Oh, we've had a car off. That must be Breedin. Breedin's had a terrible race. Terrible race. He would have just been wanting to get away from everything there with the blue flags. Now let's introduce Bender, who we just saw take that out wide line. Bender, or the driver formerly known as Warrior Wasp, returns for his 2nd full season, this time with Alpha. Being on the proverbial fringes of F1 World Warrior, ended the season with not the most ideal form. Instead of giving up, he went straight to Interpol and changed his name, and with that, a new focus on the job at hand. His determination showed with extensive mileage under his belt during pre-season testing. Has Bender reinvented himself for Season 3? Or does he also have a multiple personality disorder, like Car 52? Strange happenings. Now we've been watching Ferrari's there for a little bit. You can see he got away. Marcus now has caught the back end of Hawks. They're both 6 laps in on the ultra soft stint now, so this thing is getting very, very tasty. Hawks, newly signed Ferrari driver this season. He's also, well, the number 2, as they say. He's running number 4th overall, and his teammate Yayo, who actually chose the soft tyre. So it was a one stop there for Yayo while everything's been happening. Now we've got the doctor with us. Are you there? I think the doctor's gone a little bit AWOL, but we saw him in the wall after 3 laps. He was in the wall. We're trying to get contact with him. So when we do, we'll hopefully hear about what happened. Now, the battle here, this is for 4th position, and it's Hawks and Marcus. They're no strangers. Seen a lot of battles between these two in Season 2. And now with full damage on, I think some of the late lunges that Marcus is sort of known for is going to have to sort of approach a little bit differently this season, especially now we're at Singapore tonight. Make one little error and it's all over, which we've seen happen to Doctor. Now Hawks doesn't look like he's being too stressed. But here we go, the DRS. Marcus has it, under braking, and there was nothing Hawks could do. Just the superior speed with the DRS assist. And it was Marcus around him. And Marcus now is starting to pull a little bit of a gap. Interesting, because their tyres are same age. But thermal deg could play a part here and help Hawks later on. So this, now when do these guys pit again? That's interesting. The Ultra Softs are really only good for about 17 laps, so they've got a lot of life left in them. But we should maybe see them come in around 24. So we've got about 10 laps, 12 laps before we start seeing some massive changes there. But you can see Hawks now, there's a little bit of a gap grown between him and Marcus. Marcus has found his groove once again. Now the gap's the leader there. You can see GT, China, Bender and Breedin have all been lapped. And the Cougar and Ferraris aren't too far behind. So some of the lower guys just getting to grips again with the new rules, the new regulations. Fastest laps. It's Zen with the quickest so far, 1:39.4. And then it's Yago who's done a 1:40. Ming in third, he's done a 1:41. And then Marcus, you can see, 1:39.5. So he's on his way back through. VSC's been deployed. I think Breedin's been in an incident. So now we might see a few cars decide to jump into the pits. Let's see what happens. Is anyone close to wanting to pit again? Don't know. Zen's the leader of this race. Will anyone take this time? It's not. I don't really know if it's a good time or not to pit. DRS enabled once again. VSC's ended. So whatever the incident was, it's been cleared. But Breedin is out of this race. And that's it for him for race 1 for season 3. He made it to about lap 11 by the looks of it, or lap 14. This is the Ming now. You can see Marcus is prowling behind. They're on the same tyre as well. But I wonder if maybe Marcus has pushed it a little bit too hard, trying to get around some of the traffic which he had to get through. Now let's talk about it. The thermal deg here is extreme. Being a street circuit with plenty of 90-degree corners and high ambient temps will have a high dramatic effect on tyres. Drivers complained about blistering the rears during the first pre-season test, and as a result, Pirelli have slightly modified their compounds to reduce the thermal deg. During FP1 and 2, some drivers still experienced heavy thermal deg, though it was marginally better than pre-season. But no team is immune to this, and tyre management will obviously be vital, especially in the first stint under heavy fuel loads. So everyone's gone through their first stint and survived. But also, I think Marcus at the moment will be a little bit worried he doesn't overheat his tyres too much here. High downforce. And he's going to need the mechanical grip as well. And you can see the field once again starting to spread out after the VSC. But Marcus pretty much has a clean field. He's got 3 seconds to the Ming in front in the Renault. Now let's talk about the Ming. Rocky liking the fake move, which we saw earlier on with GT and Ferrari's. It was. I wish I could go back and give a replay for everybody. We have introduced the Ming before. My bad. Who haven't we talked about yet? We haven't talked about Damu. Let's have a look. Yayo's just been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So must have been abusing track limits slightly. China's lost a spot. You can see now, China and GT. The pressure's on now. Not too far away. Two completely different strategies at play and two completely different driving styles. Can GT get in there? Ferrari's just trying to keep that Force India nice and tight to the back end of GT's car. Again, got to be a little bit careful about that dirty air and how it affects the performance. So we're on board with China. Oh, what's he done? He's had to abide by the blue flag rules there, let the Ming around. So that's really affected his race, but he was obliged to do that. So he remains in 11th position. GT will be helped out, but he's also getting the flashing blue signs. And there he goes. There goes the Ming. Now that's let Force India, man, catch up. China's right on the gearbox again, where he wants to be. Oh, looks like he's just losing a bit of time through the corners. As yellow's going up. Not sure if we had someone run wide. We've only lost 2 drivers though. And we lost Doctor early on. He was coming in 2nd spot. We saw him just run into the wall. Don't know if he was helped on, but maybe understeer on some colder rubber and breed in. I'm not sure what happened there exactly, but we did see the aftermath of it, and he was a goner as well. Now it's going to be very, very difficult for these guys to let the front runners through. You can see the blue flags are flashing erratically, and that means they've got to let the faster cars through. DRS now for China. GT's in front. Just couldn't get it done there. Our race leader, Yayo, is running the soft tyre. He's 8 laps into the stint. Hawks is in. Let's see what he does here. He comes out on the ultra soft tyre, and that promotes Marcus up one more spot. You can see it looks like His team are getting ready. Let's have a look. No Marcus. Marcus pitted as well, so Marcus actually got around Hawks there at some point. And Hawks now has to chase him down, so he's matched the strategy of the Mercedes team. Was that the right call? Now, damn you nasty. We were going to introduce him before. After a terrible season at Ferrari, where he swears he was constantly haunted by the ghost of Gilles Villeneuve, Nasty has come to McLaren with a simple purpose: regain the performance he had from Season 1, which got him to Ferrari in the first place. With that in mind, the often extremely mild-mannered guy in pit lane will once again try to live up to his name when the lights go out for Season 3. Sometimes criticised for his hard driving style, Nasty will be taking no prisoners in his quest for redemption. Did Nasty really see Jill? And if so, can Nasty be nasty enough to break the curse that seemed to haunt him last season? He's down in 8th right now. It's not looking all that likely that he's broken that curse, but still early days here for Season 3. Long time to go before we make those conclusions. A bit of understeer there. That's going to really affect him. That's going to give Ferrarians an opportunity. Now the Cougar's in 7th at the moment. Lots of space for him to do his thing. Hawks has a similar situation. He's just got Marcus there in front of him. He'll be trying to clamber his way back through he matched the strategy. The gap 1.8, 1.7 seconds as we see it. And this was Marcus. He's had a pretty good drive tonight after an incident in qualifying which put him back 5 spots, and he started 9th on the grid. He's up to 5th right now, so he's really mitigated what he could. Yellow flag. We've got... Oh, is that? No, that's Bender. Was it? Was it Hawks? No, obviously it wasn't Hawks. We were watching him. Now, I'm not quite sure who that was off to the side. It's getting quite difficult to track the cars now as they all start to get lapped and get shuffled up like a puzzle. Just got to put the pieces back together. But that was a quickest lap from Zen, 138.2. He'll be happy with that. And those ultra softs will be his strategy to close that gap to Yayo up in first place. So Bender's been given a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Not his night, obviously. But it's Yayo, which appears to be going for the one-stop tonight. Just saw Epic Game. He's in the pit lane. Thought there might have been a lot of change for position, maybe an incident, but it wasn't so. But it's Hawks and Marcus now. Look at the DRS. It's working an absolute treat for Hawks. But he couldn't get the car turned in because Marcus was on his inside. He had to do the thing and just delay his turn. But the pressure is certainly on for the young gun in the Silver Arrows car. It's going to be a matter of time, I think, before Hawks catches up and makes a meal of Marcus. Unless Marcus can just keep calm under that helmet and not let the pressure get to him. We know he has that ability. Now China's out, so I think China's had actually connection issues there. That wasn't a crash. So unfortunately China's out of this one. So we lost 3 cars now. coming towards the end of this race, lap 22 of 31. So we're well past the halfway mark. There's a yellow flag in the sector. Oh, that was China. So China must have actually crashed out. Try it on with Ferrari and see if we can't see it. Ferrari just missing his apexes a bit. Now this is where I think China was. I think it was off on that corner, but I think the car's been removed. So we've avoided a safety car and another virtual safety car. Truck stewards doing their best to keep the track clear. And that's Bender at the back. He will gain a spot once he catches back up. But it's Yo-Yo in front with a 7-second lead. On the one-stop strategy tonight. He's been one of 4 that have tried it. And it's being real successful for Yo-Yo. The stops tonight, you can see Zen's done 2, so's the Ming, Marcus and Hawks are in. 3 stops for Epic. So Epic looks to be on his run now to the end. Position changes since the start. Yayo up 3. So it looks like the one stop is working for him. And Zen's lost his 1 spot because he was our pole sitter. The Ming man hasn't changed. Then it was Marcus Watson, Hawks and Cougar. They've all gained a spot themselves. Damu's not managed to move. Epic, he's down 3, so he's going to want to improve on that next race. But both Ferrarians and GT are up, and Bender is still in it. He's in 11th position. So this is our leader, Yayo Matteo. And there's Zen just behind him, 5.9 seconds. But here we go. Hawks is still right on the tail of Marcus. These guys have been battling it out ever since they went into the pits. Hawks has managed to gain a bit of time on him. And maybe he's trying to put the pressure down on our youngest driver here. You can see a bit of damage there from a Force India. So that would have been China. China's car, I'd say. You could see one of the end plates sitting on the side of the road. But Hawks is going to want that 4th spot back. He's got 23 corners each lap to size up Marcus. We've been gone around now 24 times. And these boys will need to pit one more time. Here we go. DRS is activated for Hawks. But it wasn't enough before we hit the turn-in point for turn number 1. Getting the cars rotated around. Under braking now, turning it right. You can see some back markers. DRS again. This is really going to help Hawks' strategy here. Oh, it looks like he's done it. He can get the turn in done. Yep, and Marcus gave up on that. And that was a move for Hawks. Fantastic move. Around the outside. 0 contact. That's what we like to see. And Marcus did the right thing there. He's just going to have to fight back. He did a great job of defending that position for almost 5 laps. Maybe longer. So the work is on again for him to regain it, but they will have to pit one more time. But now Hawks will have to contend with some back markers. And if you can get around that Toro Rosso and keep Marcus behind it. That could really help him. So we'll watch with interest here. They made it easily there. Blue flags, he just followed the rule, let them through. And the race continues. Don't think Marcus was disadvantaged at all by that. Look at that, you can see 282, 283 kilometres before braking into the first turn. That Ferrari really struggles to get rotated through there. But then it looks nicely set up through the rest of the course. Rocky saying Yayo and himself, oh, look at this. As I looked away, the two have come together. Oh no, Hawks has missed the turn. Marcus will speed away in fourth position. This is drama for Hawks. He's had to put it in reverse gear. And he was down one spot, but he's lost a lot of time. The gap is now almost 9 seconds. He's lost 10 seconds. Because of that, I wonder if just understeer there, or is he pushing the tyres too hard? But you see he had to take to the runoff area and he's really lost out. Look at that. Back end's getting loose. Will Hawks go in early? Hawks has done 2 stops. So actually, sorry, they don't need a pit again, my bad. So Hawks is just going to have to take it on the chin now and really push hard towards the end of this race. But yeah, you're right. Everybody has done their amount of pit stops required to get to the end. And Hawks has really lost out there. That's devastating. So that's Marcus. He's got a bit of clean air now, so the pressure's off him. And we've only got 5 laps to go, so Marcus will be sighing a bit of relief. Not sure, though, what happened with Hawks there. I don't know if it was a bit of a brain fade, or the car was just not doing what he wanted it to do. And to stop himself running into the walls, I'd say, he's just taken to the runoff. This is our 3rd place man, the Ming. He's got a lot of time to himself. But it's these guys. Look at this. For the lead. It's Zen on the quicker tyre. Yayo with the 1-stop strategy. It's the 1-stop versus the 2-stop. The DRS is on. Yayo's trying to break this slipstream the best he can. But he's had to force Zen out wide. So now we're on a sprint race to the end. Exactly 5 laps, including the one we're on. And it's Yayo in first with Zen following. Who's going to win the first Grand Prix for Season 3? Zen's trying to make it hard. He's got the DRS. Yayo's going to try squeeze him. Yayo and Zen. That's amazing. Zen's been pushed out wide. Move done for Zen. He's not made that look easy. Oh no, contact between Yayo. A desperate dive on the inside. That's going to infuriate Zen. Yayo trying to make that Ferrari wide where it isn't. This could be a little bit of steward inquiry at the end. It's going to be contentious. But doesn't look like anyone got damaged there. I think it was just sidewalls of the rubber there bouncing off each other. It was lucky. But if there was damage, it's going to be some protest, I'd imagine. You can see Yayo's got a little bit more grip through here. So I don't know if Zen did pick up something. Can't really see anything wrong with the car. I didn't see any bits fly, no end plates, no winglets. These 2018 cars are a lot more complex than what we have now in 2019. There was a front wing regulation change. Same thing we saw the lap prior. Yayo goes out to try break it. Zen slots back in behind, comes up beside Zen and Yayo again. Force India getting out of the way there. Again, these guys almost touch. They've got to be careful. There's only 3 laps to go. This is tense stuff. Zen's going to have to be careful he doesn't overheat his tyres. Yayo the same, because Yayo's tyres obviously a lot older. Zen does have the stickier and the quicker one, and that's what's helped him catch back up to Yayo here with the 2-stop. And I think Yayo, he's picked the right call. He just needs this race now to just finish. He's been flawless. Maybe a contentious pass as we came into the tunnel. I think the back end of Zen got locked up. 2 tenths is in it now. Yeah, Zen's well within the DRS range. Let's watch his wing flick open. And that's going to give him less drag on the back wing. And a boost of speed almost. A bit like hitting the nitrous button in Need for Speed. Look at that. Zen. There's not an inch of space between the front and the back end of Yayo's car. Coming up now to the back end of the track. There's the pit lane entry. Yayo's under a lot of pressure. Will he go to the inside once again? Zen knows the move. He does. The DRS is trying to block the run. Zen's had to come back out wide. Yayo on the inside into the first chicane. And I don't know how Zen did that. He was quickly running out of room. And he just got around the Ferrari of Yayo. Fantastic move. Now can Yayo reply? I'm not sure if he's got it in him.
Yeah.
But if Zen has pushed those tyres too much, there's still time for redemption. Doesn't look likely though. Yayo doesn't look as quick. This is our race leader. He's regained the lead after gaining the podium on lap 29 of 31. Whether or not he's pushed his tyres too hard, we're about to find out. But he's going to try and make a big gap between him and that second place Ferrari. It looks like it's already happening. The interval's up to 3.3 seconds and we haven't even finished the lap that he made the overtake on. I think Yago's day in first is all but over. Just like to say again, thanks everyone for joining us. My name's Josh here. I work for Demo 1 Garage, but this has been the top-notch eSport racing from the Friday Night League. Make sure you go and check them out on Facebook. Search for FNL1 eSports and join the Facebook page. And you could even be in a future championship season. If you want to sign up, they've got a Discord. Talk all things F1, motorsports, all that sort of stuff. And Doctor from FNL, the main guy at FNL, we will be joining each other for a new podcast this year. So wait eagerly for the name release on that. March 14th, just before the first Grand Prix of the F1 season. Any questions? Make sure you're on the Discord and direct them to us and we'll let you know what we think. But Season 3 here has been an exciting opener. It's going to be this man, we would imagine, to take the win. He's made the gap to almost 6 seconds now. Yayo tried a little bit of a different strategy with the 1-stop, and there were just too many laps in this race for him to hold on. And you can see he's just back off the pace a little. 6 seconds is the gap. But he did a fantastic job holding the lead of this race for so long. And then it's the big man in the Renault. We haven't seen much of him, but that's good because he hasn't been in any incidences. He hasn't caused anything. But he does have Marcus on the prowl. The gap's only 2.7. I'm not sure Marcus has enough laps and enough pace left in this Grand Prix for him to make to catch up to Ming, but it will be one where we'll watch as this race comes to a close here. This is Marcus Watson. He went from Force India to Mercedes for season 3 here, and he's about to begin the final lap of race 1 here at Singapore for season 3. Hawks at the moment's in 5th. Then it's Damn You Nasty as we come into the final stages. The Cougar's not too far behind. Then it's Epic Game Every Day, his debut. Great effort from him. Ferrarins, he's down in 9th. Then it's GT and Bender who finish off the grid. But it's going to be this man, Zen Razo, the man with the words, the man who has created some great content for you tonight. He's written all the scripts, given me all the data, the timings. Without him, I wouldn't know how quick they can get around the track. But he's also the quickest one on track tonight. Some great battles with Yago a few laps ago. Almost ended in the wall, almost ended in tears. But this one's going to end in jubilation now as he rounds the final corner at Marina Bay in Singapore. And it's going to be Zen Razo for race 1 in season 3. Congratulations to him. Fantastic effort. Checkered flag flies, and then it'll be Yago for second spot. You can hear the fireworks now exploding. And then it's the Ming Man just coming around himself. It looks like Marcus is 3 seconds off him. So Marcus wasn't able to catch up.
No.
Here we go, Marcus. That's the Ming. Now it's Marcus Watson. Damn You Nasty. Now, Hawks is out of the session. Did he crash?
He lost his pedals.
That's just trying to figure out what happened there. Ferrarins is in the wall. Oh, that's after he's taken the checkered, so that's amazing. Team's not going to be happy about the repair bill, though. There it is. Damn You. Then the Cougar. Epic's coming around now for 7th spot. I'm a little bit confused as to what happened to Hawks there. I don't know if he just dropped out. Or Epic Game got a 5-second time for an unserved stop and go. GT's going to be the final man to round the track and take the checkered flag here tonight. But it was this man, Zen, who's taken the first race and won Singapore in style and brutal fashion. There we are, there's the podium. Hopefully we can get these guys in for a little bit of a post-race interview if we can. So hang around for that, we can talk to them. They'll celebrate their time on the top spot for race number 1. Teams will be happy, and it looks like it's going to be a very interesting season as we've got 3 different teams up on the podium. Well, there it is, guys. The results of tonight's race. Zen's on top from Yayo, and then the Ming Man. Then it's Marcus. Damn You Nasty takes the top 5. Cougar, Epic, Hawks is down in 8th. Ferrarins, GT in 10th. Bender, China, Breed in. And the Doctor, who was out on lap number 3, is in 14th position. A lot of incidences there for the race director. But overall, pretty good race. Now, who have we got in the interview room? We've got Breed-ins here and the doctor.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Breed-in, after the race. You didn't get the podium, but how'd that race go for you out there today? Well, we've lost Breed-in.
Oh, no, I'm still here. I'm here.
Sorry, I'll get back to you. I've got the podium guys here now. Got both the Ming and Yayo here. Just waiting for Zen. Well, we'll get started anyway. So we've got Yayo in second spot. The one-stop strategy, was that your plan from the get-go, or did that change during the race? First time interviews, so apologies. We'll get it all sorted in the future. So Zen, well, we've got Zen here. Can you hear me, Zen?
Yes,
All right.
I can.
Good. Yeah, that race. You took the 2-stop, and you managed to get Yayo there right at the death. How was that battle going on? We saw a few bit of contact here and there. Was that fair in your eyes?
Yeah, battled hard. I must say, pushing the limits to what's legal out there. But I had the better tyre significantly in that one, and it was always going to end the way it was, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, you obviously had the better and quicker tyre. Was that a strategy you'd picked before the race, or was the 2-stop something you thought about as the race progressed and you had truck position?
Definitely 2-stop was locked in at an early stage. It was just a question of which way you want to go about it, and I was always in favour of track position, so hypersofts were chosen for the quali.
I can't defend myself. I can't hear him.
So can you hear us, Yayo?
I can hear Yayo.
I don't think you
I can't
can.
hear anyone's comments, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in there. I can see all the people.
Well, I'll get onto the Ming. Now, Ming, are you there?
Yeah, man.
We didn't really see a lot of you this race, but you did manage to get third.
Yeah, man, I'm still working out how I got on the podium, to be honest. That was an insane race. Watching Oars go into the wall in the opening lap, mate, my heart skipped a beat there. I feel for him there, but yeah, I had a pretty quiet one overall.
Did you see what happened to him? Because we sort of caught the back end of it. Was he just understeering in, or was he pushed on?
I think so. No, there was no one involved. I think he just missed his brake marker and went straight into the wall.
Well, it worked out for you, so there's got to be no complaints. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know.
So how do you rate your chances for the next Grand Prix in a couple of weeks' time?
If I keep this form up, I'm probably in the top 5, I reckon.
Top 5. Well, there you have it. Hopefully, we'll see you in the top 5. But yeah, congratulations on third. It was fantastic. Now, Yayo, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, sweet. There we go.
Now we'll give you the opportunity to defend yourself, I guess. There was a move up on the inside. It looked a little bit like a dive, but I guess you had to do what you needed to do. Did you lose any winglets? Was there any damage? How did you see it?
I think it's time to end the Mercedes brain, mate. I thought I'd have a dig. Bugger the Mercedes. Gonna get in there and have a crack. But no, in the end, what cost me the race was the VSC. I went on the one stopper and was actually catching Zen, and I'm feeling really confident in trying to watch my Delta time in the VSC. I actually missed my braking marker and slid off into a wall and had wing damage for the next about 18 to 19 laps. So trying to battle Zen with wing damage was very difficult, hence the aggressiveness, I think, in the moves. But no, I made it very clear to Zen before the start of the season that he's not going to have it all his own way this season, and watch the next few races.
And I wouldn't expect it any other way.
If he's going to be behind, if he's going to come up behind me, he's going to find it very hard to overtake.
Well, Zen, first race, first win. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, very happy. I think that we probably came in as slight favourites. I knew that the Ferraris were going to be quick. I am a little bit surprised that Hawks and Marcus didn't get on the podium, but all in all, we'll take the points and we'll regather in 2 weeks' time for Russia.
Well, Marcus did have an incident in qualifying which dropped him down, so that didn't help.
Yeah, that probably hindered his race from the get-go. So he probably did quite well to get into fourth. So we'll take all the points we can get, and I'm not sure where Hawks finished.
Hawks had a pedal malfunction on the last lap. He actually could not brake on the last lap and smashed into a wall.
Right. Yeah, well, it was really confusing. I didn't see what happened with him.
These pedals actually completely failed.
Oh, well, there you go. Amazing.
Yeah,
And
that's what happens, made in Italy.
let me tell you, Hawks is not happy right now. I think, I've never heard him that angry. So.
Well, I think one of you will have to go crack a tin with him and settle him down. But thanks for coming in, guys, and having a chat.
Thanks,
Cheers, no problem, mate.
And good luck with the next Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Cheers, my friend.
I hope it was a good race to watch.
Oh, I think you'll enjoy it.
Cheers, mate. Go Ferrari.
Okay, everyone, that is it. Wrap it up for the first race of Season 3. Again, my name's Josh from Demo 1 Garage. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Go and check out the Friday Night League eSports on Facebook by searching FNL1 eSports. And you could be driving next season. But don't forget, we've got the Australian Grand Prix next weekend. So there will be no race on Friday, but expect the podcast on the 14th of March. And then we'll be back with all the action again, same time, Friday night. Can't wait to do it. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for supporting us. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Good night.